Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a Fallout 76 video on another bunker build. And this time it's going to be in the Cranberry bog. I want to test the durability of the bunker in a prime or a nuke zone. And what better place to actually test it. So I used to have my camp just outside of the nuke zone, which was just over here. There's actually a uranium deposit. There's actually a aluminum deposit right over here and another aluminum deposit here and a junk deposit. But I wanted to try and get as close to Fisher Prime as I can just to see if it can actually withstand a nuke. I'll probably end up moving it back to this location once I'm done, but we'll see. There's actually a junk deposit and I suppose could be a useful deposit for springs and things like that, so why not? So so as you can see, there is a this junk deposit right here. I'm right on the border of those pink trees or whatever they are. There's Fisher Prime down there, you can see. Actually, by the aluminum deposits, there was another fissure down there, so I'm not sure it's much better than this one, to be honest. But anyway, I'm going to build it similar to it the way I did the last one. Probably going to be a little bit smaller. I'm probably not going to talk right throughout the video. I'll see how long I actually record for today. My goal here is to really show you the steps to actually build a bunker, what I do, and feel free to sort of ask any questions in the comments, things like that, if I'm not explaining well enough. This isn't my idea, this is my concept. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that explain this concept. I don't know who the original founders are, but I'm sure you'll be able to find them on YouTube. But anyway, so let's get started. Yeah. So let's just actually get rid of all my turrets here because they're taking up a lot of my budget here. And because this is a bunker build, I'm probably not going to need any turrets whatsoever. At least that's not going to be the intent anyway. So now, one thing, it's not impenetrable, so if the server's lagging and it's rendering your bunker, people can still actually run in to your bunker. My suggestion is to try and build it as high as possible. That way, if they do try to run in, it's still, they've got to know your layout of your bunker, but if they figure that out, then there's really not much you can actually do about that. So they could just have a teammate stand close by and then they could just spawn in and run in type thing. But most people, anyone that's probably trying to grief you will not bother. They'll probably show up, try and destroy your bunker. If they can't, then they'll probably move on to somebody else. So that's kind of I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay, so this actually I wanted to try and line it up with that guy there, maybe make it a little bit straighter. So generally I'll just build right next to the deposit. You'll probably want to figure out where your door is going to be, which way your door is going to be facing, because we're going to build some additional concrete foundations towards that area. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good enough. So the door, I'm going to put the door in a similar position, which will be probably this guy. Yeah, will be the door. So I'm going to put an extra block here. That's going to be my door or my entranceway. And then I'm going to put 3 blocks here. And the reason you'll see later on why I'm doing that. Now you can obviously put more blocks. It doesn't really matter at that point. You really, your main entrance is going to be this guy here. We can put some steps here, if you will. Whatever you choose. I'm just going to throw down some concrete steps. Let me just see if I've got any stored here. So I don't waste concrete. You're going to need a lot of concrete, by the way, so you probably want to do that before attempting to build. Okay, so this is really going to be my entranceway into the, and you'll see later on where we get to that. Now what I suggest is you lay out your floor first, so forget about the walls for the moment. Let's actually just do the foundations first, and that'll just give you an idea how big you want to go. Obviously the bigger you go, the more concrete you're going to need, so just be careful. And you may run out of room, so that's kind of your downside. Okay, let's just that's another problem, is if you're too high, it's not going to allow us to place, which is a problem. Let's actually just try this side here. So we may have to just lower that. Yeah. Okay, let's just put these guys away quick. That one was pretty low, but I guess we're going to have to go lower. We'll come back here at the door later on. We don't have to worry about that too much. So let's leave that one there. Okay, let's go lower with this one. And let's just build around the deposit here, see if we can actually do that. Yeah, it looks like I'm still too high. I guess the ground, oh, maybe it's because of my camp here. Let me put the camp out the way. Okay, so it might have just been the camp there. Yeah, I didn't actually want to use these floors, yeah. I guess I was getting carried away, yeah. Okay, let's actually make sure our harvester can actually fit in here. So you may want to put your harvester down first, and that might allow you to angle the building a little bit better. Maybe, I think what I did with my last one is I put the harvester and then I sort of went at the angle sort of aligned with the harvester. Yeah, right. At the moment you can see there's quite a bit of space, but we'll probably be able to use that space for other things like water purifiers and things. So I'm not too worried, but you might want to do something different. Okay, so while we might as well just get this thing going. We can. I'll probably build. I will build a nuclear reactor. I'll place it there. It'll probably be. Will fit in there. Okay, so let's go back here. We have. Let's go to floors. Now you want to put. Just realize that one block of these will be the walls. Even though that was fun, we're still too high, which is kind of stupid. That's why you want to do the foundations first. I mean, it's because it's so picky with the height. Alright. The more flat you can get it, the better, and the higher the blocks you can get it, the better. So if somebody does decide to run in here, you'll get stuck in the blocks. At this height here, you know, you'll probably be able to jump out. I guess this piece of land's very slanted. It looks high, it looks level, but it's actually not. Okay, so let's just see. I don't want to go too big here. I got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's okay. Looked a little bit bigger. Might be too low, you know. So I might just have to do a non-square at the end. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll see. We might be able to just build on top of that one. We'll start over here when we get going, and then yeah, I definitely wanted it higher than that. So obviously don't want this grass and whatever going through, but that's okay. I'll just go with it for now. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just raise it up a little bit here, make it sort of like a step up. Do something like that. But let's get the walls up. Okay, so let's start with the walls here. We're gonna leave these guys outside. So let's start with our first. Let's go out the way. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing we want to do here is we want to put a ladder here, a set of steps. And you want to put it one block away from where you're going to actually start putting the actual floor. You want to grab the half floors. This is important. It doesn't matter which half floor you use, but it has to be these half floors. So put 2 of these over here. Okay, we're going to grab a fireplace. Under your light sections, grab a fireplace, and we're going to put it right on the edge. So if we look at the edge, it just wants to go a little bit over the edge. And then we want to put a concrete foundation. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. If it works, depending on how you put it. Let's move this here. If it works, then you can just go ahead with the foundation. But if it's doing what it's doing now, the other way you can do this is you go get some, go back to stairs, and we're gonna go get a couple of these poles. We're gonna put these poles up here. Now this just helps guide it and gives it, allows it to actually get placed. But once we get going at the top, like I said, if it works, great. If it doesn't, then come back and use the poles. It just takes a little bit longer with the poles, but that'll help with the I guess the gluing or the connecting of the floors. So as you can see there with that pole there, immediately I didn't have any issues actually connecting there, right? Okay, so we have that foundation in place. So we're going to just store this pole, and we're going to move this fireplace to the edge. Now, because we have a foundation there already, we should in theory be able to just connect another one. As you can see, it connects. So like I say, if it works, use great. If it doesn't, then use the pole, right? Okay, so this is the one where it didn't actually want to set. So let's actually see if we can just place it here. Okay, so there you go. It's just because there's no foundation underneath there, it kind of is, but that's where it's actually going to go down. Now we should be able to do this relatively quickly now that we've got the stuff going. Once you get the hang of it, you should be able to speed this up. You just place a fireplace at the edge, and then you just grab a foundation. Now it doesn't matter which floor you use. You know, if you want to use the marble floor, at this point it doesn't matter. Now you want to be careful. Well, not really be careful, but once you want to do the top roof, you might want to do a grass roof, for instance. For these guys, yeah, outside, you know, you might want to have a different look there, so you might want to choose the floor. Otherwise, you don't want to have to come back and redo it. In this case, because we're going to cover it up, we're going to just do any floor. It doesn't really matter. But once we get to the roof, we'll probably do green on the roof, on the top, just because it looks nicer as far as I'm concerned, or you can do marble, whatever your preference is. Now, if you're doing different angles, for instance, if I was going this way, you might want to use some poles and stuff just because, you know, depending on the angle, sometimes you just have to actually use poles, right? Okay, I'm just going to go grab my other character here quick. I'm just going to do a quick server hop here just so we can carry on here. Yeah, it did take them a while to find us, but once they found you, then they won't leave you alone. Maybe we'll find another server with some sun. So once we get those walls up, then you know, we'll probably get left alone, but we just have to actually get the walls up initially and get the roof on, and then we can start working on the rest. So it's going to be interesting whether they can get inside and ignore the walls completely, or probably find Scorch spawning inside, even though they're not supposed to be able to. Okay, so nice sunny day again, which is, I'm glad we were able to find the server. That's perfect. My generator survived. I guess I go for the harvesters first. Okay. Okay, so carrying on, yeah. So as you can see, we're moving pretty quickly here. It's obviously not quick as you would normally build, but it's actually, once you get going, once you get the hang of it, it's relatively painless. Be nice if, you know, they included it like Fallout 4, where you could actually just stack foundations, but there must be a reason why they didn't want, I guess they didn't want people locking people in. I mean, people could just leave and change worlds. So I mean, I don't know what the big deal is, but I guess in the initial design phase, you know, they just didn't want you to have a wall that people couldn't shoot down, I guess, right? In this way, in this case, I guess we're trying to keep people out, not in. So, but I guess different players will do different things, obviously. Now you can decide whether you want to go up one level. I mean, at this point, if you wanted, you could just create a roof and it'll be a nice cozy little bunker and be done with it. I like a spacious bunker myself, so I'm going to go one level above this one, just like I did in my last one. It does use more concrete, obviously, but you can just as well create a tiny little bunker and make it cozy depending on location. If you built, like, you know, in like a creek or something, you know, it might just be more suitable to have one level and give it that more of a bunker feel. Okay, so we're at the edge here. So this is kind of where the door's going to be. So we just have to go We don't actually have to build where the door is, but we do want to actually build over there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build one more, but we'll remove that floor. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Show you what I mean by that. So that's going to be our doorway that we're going to be able to remove and place back once we enter in the building. Now you need 3 floors here. You probably don't. You probably only need 2, I suppose. I do see something creeping around there. Oh, it's just a beaver. Okay. Now, like I said, you could go further on if you wanted. I'm just going to go with 3 here. I think the reason I had 3 is because I had that step at the bottom, and then I just built a floor at the top. I did that sort of as an afterthought, as maybe afterwards. So you could probably just need, probably only need 2 here, to be honest. But let's go with 3 there. It might give it more form. Oh, I think the reason why I went with 3 is because of the harvester. So we want to make this guy our doorway, so people can walk in there. But we want to obviously also, if we had that 2, and then we'd be blocking that pathway over there. That's why I went with 3. In this case, we're actually going to go with a 4th one. Because of this, just because of the angle of the harvester. So we want to be able to walk around here comfortably. And if we can't build anything over there, we could probably build. No, we probably can't even build the single path there. So that we can go with 4 in this case. The one I had previously built was only 3 for that reason. Okay, so we can get rid of these guys now. Get rid of this guy first. You probably want to put this this ladder somewhere. If it allows us to move it, hopefully. You can obviously store it. So there you go. So in this case, we want to build a doorway. Now you could just leave it like that if you want, but I like to actually have a door here. So let's go and build a wall here if we can. I think we probably should have one stored that I could use. Okay, so we're just going to slam that there, and that'll just give you, it'll just tell you, remind you where the door is. Now, if you do have enough budget, you can actually line all these walls with, you can even put windows here. You can't see out, obviously, but if you wanted to have it kind of, so what I just did is I just went with a plain wall, just kind of like an entrance way. So, you know, if we had enough budget, we could literally do that and make it all sort of neat on the inside, but unfortunately you're going to run out of budget, so you're going to have to make some sacrifices, and depending what you want to do. So this is what I did last time. I just kind of made the entrance like this, and I left the rest the same, and that'll give you a doorway here, right? So we're not going to put steps here. There's no point, I don't think. It'll be just a waste here. But this is how you're going to lock yourself in. So this is going to be your sort of your bunker, if you will. Obviously, you don't want a door, because anyone that comes along here can just blow your wall out, and they have access into your bunker, and that's not what you want, right? So you want a door there because, you know, why not? It's cool. You want to. It looks cool. Let's see if we can go and actually find the door. A door. Okay, so let's just see which way this opens. Perfect, that's what I want. So you want to put the door on before, it doesn't really matter, you can do it afterwards. But once you put the concrete there, you won't be able to put the door, so you're going to have to remove that. And then put it back. But anyway, so if you wanted to lock yourself in, all you do is you come inside your bunker, you go and find your concrete block that you've saved, and you just you can just place it. Actually, it's not going to work because yeah, let's go put the fireplace, and we may need to put the pole. I'm going to put the pole anyway, just because I like the look of the pole at the door. So let's just go get some stairs here quick. Where are my stairs? Okay. We've got our fireplace. So you want to have this fireplace here all the time. So once you're inside the building, you can close yourself in without having to worry about you know, somebody coming in type of thing. Now that can get destroyed, so whether that gets destroyed and you have to repair, if your camp's inside, you just repair all. So I mean, I don't think that can actually lock you in, but so let's go see if we can actually put the concrete, but I'm probably going to put a pole anyway, because like I said, so there you go. You can just put a concrete block there. In fact, that might actually make it even more secretive in terms of the entrance. If somebody walks around your building, all they're going to see is a couple of concrete walls. They're not going to really know where your door is. It's just going to look like a bunch of concrete blocks, and your door could literally be anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So, you know, I just have to redo that in a sec. So what I did is I just grabbed this pole just because, I guess. And I just went with a small pole. You might prefer the longer pole. Okay, let's go grab the fireplace again. And this is why I said that the floor might make a difference in this case, but once you start getting external to the building, you might want to use turf. You might, in my case, I'm just going to go with the concrete look here. Okay, so just make sure you cover up any walls there. There's no walls. And then we want to put this here. Actually, want to put it at this corner here. Why is it turning red there? Okay, so just over the edge there. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like from the outside. You could put a pole at each end too if you wanted to just not make it so obvious. You kind of have that kind of look there. Like I say, if you had a tall pole, you could have a tall pole. That'll just signify kind of an entrance. If you have friends coming across, you could just say go to the pole or something. Anyway, it looked nice on my last build versus this one, but you obviously doesn't look like you need that pole. You can experiment however you want. Okay, so we're gonna put that away, and we are going to lock ourselves in. So it'll be interesting to see if we get attacked again. If we suddenly have a whole bunch of scorched inside, it wouldn't surprise me if we did. Okay. Okay, so it is definitely smaller than my last one, so we'll have to figure out where we want to put the crops and the water purifiers, things like that. Or we could end up extending it. Let's see how much space we have. It's a little tighter than my last one, so I mean we could go another 1 year. Pretty sure we could. I don't want to go too big just because I was quite tight on budget last time, but let's go 1 more year. That'll just give us a little bit more room to play with. Okay, that one's not going to work because it's right on the corner there. That's okay. And I'll show you what we'll do there. We won't waste any space here because we'll do this block here and then we'll do that block there, and we'll just keep that corner over there, right? Okay, so we'll just put here, we'll put this back here. Like I said, the floors don't make a difference. Well, might as well just go with what we had before. Keep it consistent here. Okay, so I know the next block's not going to work, but I'm just going to try it because... Okay, so we're going to go... Actually, that's perfect, so we don't actually have to do anything. So that block's just going to be like that. If you really wanted it to match, you could probably rip out the corner there. In fact, why don't we do that? Maybe it'll give it some character. We don't really need that. Okay, so there you go. There's your base wall or your first level. It's going to give us a little bit more room. I prefer that, depending on what we do here. We did lose a lot of space because of the angle of this. Like I said, if I was to do this again, I would put that harvester down and I would angle the floor in this direction here. and then I would just build it in that way, and I think you would probably have some more room at the bottom. Yeah, like I said, check my last video and you'll see how that turned out. I turned this whole area into like a sort of a crop area. I'll probably do that again. I will see how that works out. Maybe I mean, I sort of like this area. The only thing is I don't really want to not have a floor here. You've got this floor here. But then it won't let me put one further back, unfortunately. Oh. See, that's the only problem. Now we might be able to use some mats, carpets instead. That might do the trick just fine. And then we can turn this area into sort of just a sort of crop area, if you will, and purify area and things like that. Actually, let's see if we got some mats right here and try it. Yeah, I have to use, I have to try it with my other character here. Give me a sec here. Now you obviously want to have the roof completely closed because, you know, people with the Mopusol serum or jetpacks, you obviously don't want them jumping in through the top. It kind of defeats the whole purpose. You might be able to, and of course you don't want the scorched beast showing up and destroying everything as well. So you can do something like this, I guess. We'll have to play around, we'll move it around later, but not quite what I would like, but that might just do the trick. I mean, you can kind of just leave this block here so it doesn't look like there's a hole there and just kind of walk here, I mean, and cover this kind of end up. We'll see what we'll do there. We might throw carpets all around it or something, which might actually be better because if somebody does try and glitch in, chances are they'll run near where the deposit is, and if you've got carpets there, that might actually prevent them from jumping up. We'll have to see. Anyway, let's continue. I want to try and get another level in here, and then the roof in, and then I'll call it a video on that point. And then I'll probably make a second video if people are interested just on decorating the place. But for now, let's continue with what we want here. So let's just pick an area here because we have to put a ladder here, another steps here. So let's just it doesn't really matter where we start. So again, let's just go and find. Let's see if we got any steps here. If not, we'll probably have to just build. Okay, let's go get another set of steps. Okay, just remember you want to use your half floors here, whatever you decided to use. Doesn't really matter which one, as long as they are the half. Okay, grab a fireplace. If we have a fireplace, do we leave it somewhere? Do we leave it? Oh, it's down over there. Okay, that's fine. It's gonna cause us problems. Might as well go get it. Can I actually put floors here? I'm just trying to think here. Let's see if I can put some regular floors here. Will actually fit. I'd have to put a ladder there, I guess, right? Steps there. Okay, just coming back to the fireplace here quick. Wherever you are. Where did you... Okay, let's see if this will work for us. So yeah, I think for that initial, I think for the initial setup, once you have to go one level up, you want to use that pole. And then once you've done that, then it doesn't really matter at that point. Sounds like we got some visitors. So those guys deal with that. Okay, so once we got that first floor in, we'll just continue. I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to put a floor there, but let's see what happens. So I'm not sure we can actually put a... Oh, I mean, in theory, we should be able to put a foundation here, right? We shouldn't have to... Yeah. It doesn't have to actually be on top of another one. Again, you could leave this, yeah, and might give it some character. I don't know what that looks like at the bottom. We don't need it. I'm going to leave it there for now. I just want to check it out from the bottom. Maybe it gives it some character. We know we're not going to be able to do it on the other side. So we'll probably end up just removing it. Okay, so when it says the item is floating, you haven't quite got it over the edge. You just want to move it a little bit further. Yeah, I'm just going to remove this one. Yeah, it doesn't matter. One less block, one less. A little bit more budget, right? Okay, so we should be able to go one more, and then we'll go to the right. Now that poison that the scorch beast sets off supposedly will come through the wall, but we'll have to see once we get built. That's what I've been told or read. I'm really surprised I haven't died. I must be close. Now, as you can see, he's not destroying any of the walls. He's trying to destroy the walls, but he's not able to. That's kind of the point. He hasn't destroyed my harvester yet, just kind of because it's probably out of the way there a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go to the right here. Oh, and I'm out of concrete. So... Okay, so I think I am going to call it at this point. What I'll do is I'll go get some more concrete, and I'll come back and I'll finish the walls and the roof in a part 2 video, as it'll take me a little while to get some concrete. But as you can see, very easy, very quick. Once you get the hang of it, you can just throw those walls up. Once you're in, still hasn't destroyed that, interesting enough. Once you're in, you can pretty much stay inside. I haven't seen anything come inside yet, but it's still a little bit early. But you can see he's trying to destroy everything. You know, he'll probably be able to destroy that wall, the generator, and things like that. But for now, there you go. So I hope you found that useful. Please hit the like button if you did, and please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Look out for part 2. I'll make that a bit later after this one, after I go collect some concrete. I'll go get some concrete and I will be back. Thanks for watching. I mean, it looks like it's pretty protected from the sonic boost beams or whatever. which is kind of good. And I believe it will survive a nuke, a direct nuke, so time will tell. It's just not going to be able to survive that poison by the looks of it. But we'll see. Once we... I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to have the sort of poison come to the walls, so you might not want to put the workbenches too close to the walls, so we'll have to see what happens. But that's kind of why I'm testing this, is I'm curious to see exactly what will happen. Do I need that block there, I wonder? Yeah, I do. I thought I could remove that block there, but I obviously can't. Okay,